a dreamer
Okay.
and follow my passion. I'm a passionate leader. That's my belief. I don't know what my team has to say. And I think delegation of responsibility is very important, because that helps us also give space to ourselves to evolve and innovate. So yes and no, there are certain there are definitely biases which come as in terms of acceptance of a woman leader. But
Right.
I think it's up to us how do we break that glass ceiling. I think I've always been a go-getter.
Okay.
So I don't understand the word कि नहीं हो सकता.
Hi, Pallavi. Welcome to PowerPuff Women, a spatial talk show featuring the real and raw stories of PowerPuff Women.
No, thank you, Monica. And it's indeed my honor of joining you today for this discussion on PowerPuff Women.
Thank you so much. So, Pallavi, what inspired you to take up a leadership role in an industry which is purely dominated by males?
Let me correct you there, Monica. It's not purely dominated by males, and I think my inspiration for the for taking up a leadership role has been a lady whom who was the chairperson of one of my first exhibition that I was working, and seeing her working with the team, taking things forward, and organizing, managing one of the world's a global exhibition was quite inspiring. And along the career path, and as I worked, I think I worked with more females in this sector. Yes, it's a little different when you talk about exhibition industry in India, but globally, we do see a lot of women leading the exhibitions. In fact, even if I talk about Informa Markets, Asia, we are led by a woman. So yeah, so I think it's people to people inspiration to to be, and you want to be in their shoes, and that's what inspired me, if you ask me.
Right, interesting. So, what has been the highlight of your 24-year-long journey, and how do you see, when you look back, how do you see this entire journey shaping up?
24 years, almost 2 decades.
Yeah.
I'm going to be celebrating silver jubilee of my work career. Uh, I think it's been phenomenal from from starting from where I started. So I always wanted to be a part of the travel fraternity, but it was very clear cut for me that I want to be working with with airlines, because you get the free tickets and stuff. And I got an opportunity. I worked with airlines, and I think that set path, or that paved way for me, to help me develop in terms of what what my career, when it took a turn and got into the exhibition segment. Because we are always dealing with a large number of people coming from different cultures, different backgrounds, and again, the base of my career was handling a large number of people, unexpected scenarios. So it set the base for me, and as I look for and as I move forward, uh, and got into, like, started with the travel exhibitions. And yes, when I started, I wanted to manage the entire show myself. So I'm quite a dreamer.
Okay.
And follow my passion.
Okay.
And yes, and I think I got the opportunity, and happy to share that I am working with Informa Markets India, one of the biggest, like, we are the biggest exhibition organizers globally, even in India. And one of the portfolios that I have is travel. And we, and it's and over the years, we have been able to establish ourselves as a leadership position in this domain, in the region that we operate.
So along with travel, you are handling other portfolios also, jewelry and
yes, right now
you are a
jewelry.
publisher. Publisher.
Yeah. So right now it's jewelry and travel. So travel, as you rightly said, publisher. So we have a travel magazine which is called Travel Trends Today, and both the products that I have in the travel portfolio are are legendaries in their domain. Sate, we are completing we are celebrating 30 years of Sate, the travel publication, Travel Trends Today. It's in its 40th year, and I think it's a proud moment for us, because as a publication, there are very few B2B publications which have survived for such a long time.
Right. So, what is your leadership style? Are you a compassionate leader or you are an assertive leader?
As I think, I believe I am a passionate leader. That's my belief. I don't know what my team has to say.
Okay.
In fact, I like to lead along with the team.
Okay.
So rather than, so that's what I enjoy doing, rather than just leaving. And of course, yes, one has to give directions, and I think delegation of responsibility is very important, because that helps us also give space to ourselves to evolve and innovate.
Right. So now, being a woman, what do you think is the positive and positive and strengths that you hold because of your gender, that I would like to ask precisely?
Monica, I think I would not really. I think I would like to break away from this gender bias. Because yes, women leader and things, but I think what's really important for any leader is to know, whatever segments, because until unless we don't have a clear understanding of of our work, it's very difficult. It's going to be very difficult for us to lead our teams. So
absolutely.
So that basic knowledge, that basic understanding of a work is for I think it's across the board.
Right. So have you faced any kind of stereotypes or biases because of your gender, obviously?
Yes, but again, if I reflect back, initially yes, but I think that was at a very initial stage. But again, as I said, the companies or the projects that I have worked in, I've worked in under the leadership of very of women who had been involved. So again, like when you're working with them, even if you look at the government sector, they like we work with so many female bureaucrats.
Right.
So yes and no. There are certain there definitely biases which come as in terms of acceptance of a woman leader. But
right.
I think it's up to us, how do we break that glass ceiling.
Right, I understand. So what have you faced in terms of challenges, if you look at, right, being I wouldn't say now, being a woman, what were the challenges, but I'm trying to understand what have been your challenges in your entire journey. And if you look back and see your childhood, and how did it kind of, like, the challenges that you faced in your childhood, did they kind of help you become a better person? So could you just share some stories, inspiring stories of how you overcame your challenges and what you are today is because of these challenges?
Again, I think I've always been a go-getter. Okay. So I don't understand the word ki nahi ho sakta.
Understood.
So
Understood.
I don't see impossible. I always see I am possible.
Lovely. Mm.
So that's, I think that's been the key driver as in so yes, there are a lot of hurdles which come I think it comes for any career growth. We ourselves get frustrated, and I think there's a lot of self motivation, a self driver, and rather than competing yourself with other your male counterparts, I think I compete with my own self, and I enjoy competing with my own self. So I
Hmm.
don't want to be better than anybody else. I want to make myself better.
Lovely. That's interesting. That's interesting. So, any story that you would like to share from your childhood or from your, young days, which, will inspire our viewers?
If I look back at my childhood, I've been kind of it's been very protective, uh, always very pampered and things like that. So yeah, there were, there were not really many, obstacles which were there. There have been, like, I think there are turning points for every individual. But yeah, coming into professional life, so I think somewhere as I going along, had my mind very clear as to where I would like to achieve, where and especially when I joined we were earlier at UBM, and when
Right.
UBM acquired Sate, and I came with that drive that I want to head Sate.
Okay. Right. Intention, action, manifestation. That's how.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
So that was the intent, because I think, and that's the reason I shared with you that the ground, the basic knowledge of of whatever work we are doing, it needs to be that needs to make the base of our growth.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And if if you talk about challenges, I think the recent challenge that all of us have recently faced, the COVID-19, the pandemic.
Oh, I bet.
Like nowhere in our dreams, our parents hadn't seen anything like that. So the global economy, like world coming to a standstill, and they're keeping calm, keeping patience, being the center, for a rebound. I think overcoming that time period is very overwhelming, and I take a lot of pride in saying that 2021, we like me and my team, we were the first ones to bring back face to face events, not just in India, but at a global level. So, and it was a time period that we ourselves didn't know, but yes, at the same time, we had to stand together, build that confidence within the internal teams, with the clients, to ensure that we bounce back and come back together.
I know, I know. I was witness to this entire phenomenon because, I was interacting with you that day when Sate 2021 happened, and we were, looking at the numbers, and you were saying it's phenomenal, Monica. I can't believe this. This has happened. Truly, this has happened.
It was, I think it's that turning point, or that achievement in your career where
Right.
everything is to ground zero level and building up from there. I think like, of course, we just concluded Sate, the 2023 edition, but the way the kind of passion, whatever I experience, like, there are no words for me to express, because at the end of the day, there are too many people. It's not just business for us. There are too many people who are involved, whose livelihood is dependent on, and when at the time of construction, when I was moving around, and the kind of passion, the kind of vigor that I saw at a labor level also, who was kind of just nailing us, something.
Yeah, I know.
So, that kind of an excitement to be a part of it, to be a driver for that, there are no words to explain.
Right. And rebouncing and rebounding was the biggest eureka moment that you feel, right?
Absolutely.
I know, I know. I could see that passion flowing, and everyone, kind of. I incidentally had a conversation with a couple of your exhibitors, and I was just asking them, and they were sharing their pure delight. They said, "This is what we wanted after seeing such a low time." And especially COVID, like COVID was, as you rightly said, was one of these key challenges that like everyone faced globally, and we had no clue where we are heading towards. And I think I'm extremely happy to kind of share with our viewers that Pallavi turn around this entire thing in such a way that they created a virtual kind of a show, which was Gen X, which was, again, even though it was a virtual expo, it was a big hit. And I think hats off, kudos to you, Pallavi, and your entire team for understanding the need to be agile, understanding the need to be, super fast, and create solutions for your travel partners, because the way you said that their bread and butter runs on this, and you're creating a community and you're creating a place for them to kind of interact, network. It's phenomenal.
No, thank you for that acknowledgement, Monica. Really means a lot.
Yes. So I want to understand, Pallavi, what is the one quality that a leader, especially a woman leader, needs to have, which will make things flow seamlessly?
Again, this is my learning. And I feel as, women, we are a little hesitant asking for help. Because the minute we reach out for help, it seems that, seeking help means a sign of weakness, where it is not. It is, seeking help is only to, there is no weakness. So don't consider that as your weakness, because we can't do everything ourselves.
Absolutely. I agree.
So I think being shy of asking out for help is something that, if you aspire to be a woman leader, please, just be shameless.
I know, I agree. I completely agree. And, we start labeling ourselves because we think, okay, we'll be labeled as a weak person because we are asking for help. No, I think it's rightly said, because you can't be doing everything, and you can't be, managing different roles unless and until you ask for help. Right?
Absolutely.
Great. So how do you manage your work-life balance? Some secret recipe, some success mantra?
Well, I don't think so. There is, any mantra for it. And, you yourself are, in a similar space. And I think luckily, I'm in a little better space because I'm by myself. I stay with my mother. So a lot of things are managed. And in fact, I admire a lot of, women colleagues who work along with me, who have to do a lot of balancing. With their families, with their husbands, in-laws, with the babies. So I just have to manage with one person, and who looks after, after my needs. So yeah, there's always a little tug and war how to do that work-life balance, and I'm not a perfect example for that.
Okay.
But yeah, of course, again, taking being in a little high pressure professions, and I would encourage viewers for this episode, to kind of look after us, our own health. Our self-health is also very important. It's not just physical health; it's your mental health, and
I agree.
There's no point burning yourself out. and we should take time out to, to just de-stress ourselves. Just, I think, if possible, just close ourselves, and just do whatever we like doing. It might and just give ourselves that week 10 days, because that brings us back with a lot of fresh ideas, and a fresh mind.
I agree, Pallavi, because I've been interacting with a lot of female leaders, and I get to understand that, they take that lot of burden on their head. Okay, I have to manage my daughter, I have to manage my husband, I have to manage my friends. And they, in this entire thing, they just burn themselves, they burn out. And then it's like, you're not fresh with ideas. As you rightly said, taking out that time, I think it's amazing.
In fact, again, since you mentioned friends, it's very important to have a very strong social network.
Right.
So I'm I feel really blessed of having a good friend circle who are there, and who actually push me out when they feel I might just get a call on a very busy work day that let's hop out tonight for a dinner or something, so that there is a break. Otherwise, there are times that you're constantly, and
working.
Today's technology, and I think it doesn't, like, the work doesn't end.
Absolutely.
It's how we have to put a full stop, that it's enough for today. Nothing, heavens are not going to fall.
Yes,
this can wait. So I think that's something that we need to practice for ourselves.
Right. So being in the present moment, enjoying the present moment, and deciding your time and deciding time for work is something that I think is very powerful thing that you shared with us. Now we come to the last section of our this inspiring story, this feature. So tell me, what is your advice to the young woman who aspire to be in your kind of a role, who aspire to create magic?
Well, I think what I believe is in confidence and self-confidence. Come what may, don't lose out on yourself. Don't lose out your confidence. Again, whatever we do, there are not times that we are going we are going to succeed. Failures are going to come in our way.
Right.
So use them as as a springboard and bounce back. So these are my few words of advice.
Lovely. So we are going to have very interesting rapid fire round. Ooh. So yeah.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so you have to coin one word for this word. What does it mean to you? Right? Let's start. Money.
Wow. Important.
Family.
Comfort.
Time.
Always less.
Courage.
A necessity.
Travel.
Experience.
Freedom.
Must.
Joy.
Happiness.
Team.
Backbone.
Satay.
The best show. There's no one word for satay.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Pallavi.
Oh, you really tricked me onto that, Monica.
I thought, let's have, because, the idea is to have unedited, raw, real stories. And I wanted to kind of, have this last rapid fire round, which will make our viewers get inspired, get motivated, and feel that they can create a magic like the way you have created.
No, thank you so much for this, Monica. And I
Thank you.
hope, this discussion, inspires a lot of, our women colleagues. And because I think that's a need of the hour. While we have a good, women employment, but women in leadership is, something which is the need of the hour. And the more and more, and I think that's for the betterment of for the company, for the society, for globally at large.
Right, right, right. And it's super inspirational to kind of see women leaders like you taking the center stage and driving things which are so powerful and so value contributory in nature. I think the way you have created this entire platform, it's phenomenal. I think kudos to you, kudos to the entire team. And I must say that, keep going, keep moving. You are an inspiration. You are the PowerPuff woman.
Thank you so much. And yes, I am the PowerPuff woman.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks, Monica.